Hi, and welcome to Has God Heard From You today. I'm so glad you joined us. Call and let someone know we're on the air. Hope you had a good worship service today. We are here with my friend, Miss Pearline Williams. You may have seen her around Christmas time when she came on and even sung just a little bit for us. And you all, I thank you for watching and letting us know you are watching. We need to know that, and we appreciate those who call. And again, I know some of you can't get through, but you can call through the week. It's okay. I will still return your call eventually. Pearline, we go back way to the 80s.
To the 80s.
Yes, And since there's so much going on, and the Lord gives me things to talk about at different times, and Father, I thank you for that. Jesus, you're there interceding for us. I just thank you. You all, God is real, Jesus is real, but that devil is real too. And we want them to realize, and we coming from the biblical point. A lot of people say, yeah, the things that are happening now, but there's a scripture in the Bible that says the prince of the air, meaning the devil.
He's everywhere. In the air is everywhere.
Okay. Okay. And he's really, we're going to come to you from this angle, the Bible, from what we know, from what God warned us would happen. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about people. It doesn't stop. Messy people, they don't stop because you get older. You still have to be in control. Let God
control. You still have. They go roaring. If you're on a motorcycle, vroom, vroom, they roar up more when you get older because they think that you're less defensive. Yes.
So we're going to tell them a little bit of your background. For us, you taught in school.
Right.
Tell them a little bit about you, because you've interacted with students, so and you come into all kind of personalities.
Well, I initially worked in Bossier Parish. I worked there for 3 years. Mm-hmm. And then I worked in the remainder of my educational time in Caddo Parish as a teacher, and I retired as an assistant principal.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you've met all kind of discipline and had to just everything.
Deal with a number of things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so now that you do something part-time, and we don't have to go into what you do because that's what you do, but you still are out in the public, and you still seeing all kind of
people business.
Yes, and we still witness all kind of things that's going on in the world. And it's something I've been trying to get to come back to me that you said when we were talking on the phone about what's going on. The Bible did say these things were going to happen. The love of many will wax cold. You can't tell the seasons. This stuff is happening. Don't put that on Mother Nature and all that. You better go to where this is coming from. He told us it was going to happen.
We have to go back to the source. That's why you have to read for yourself. There was a time in England where you could not read the Bible. Only the priests read it, and we were not allowed to do that. But now you got a Bible, and you can open it. You need to read
it. And be aware of what's happening all around you, everywhere, every day.
It's real. It's real.
And he warned us. God warned us. Jesus warned, just like he warned the people back then. You all, prayer does change things. That's what you were talking about. Prayer does change things. And if you think there's nothing you can do about it, you can pray. We have the police, the military, everybody's doing their purpose. But if you are sitting at home and thinking it's nothing you can do, pray. And I'm talking to the saved believers now. And you all, this is what the Lord has me doing at this point in time. And we will have people that have personal relationships with them. I don't know if I've aired Eli, but God has worked in your life, still working. I'm saying you can tell them. I know you listening to me, but yeah, because you're thinking. I see it all on you. I see it. Because you get emotional. when you think of how he works in your life, so I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let you talk.
Well, I was watching a science program the other day, and the man said we lived in a closed system, and he showed something like aquarium, and he closed it up. There's the air, the water. All of us have that same air, the same water. We all are sharing it. And yet some of us believe that we're better than others. And how do we come up with that? I don't know. Because I got a different kind of fingernail polish than you. I paid 10 cents more for it.
Yeah.
But really, I got used and didn't know it.
Okay.
And so we get on these trips, and we don't really see people for people. And we looked at some people and said, well, she's yellow, she's red, she's purple. That makes you different. Well, that's the mix. That's what makes it all great, that there's a mix. It would be so boring if everybody was white, if everybody was yellow, if everybody was black. And then within these people and their colors, you got all these different personalities. And they got the good and the bad in them for every group. So you can't say one group is this, one group is that. And all of us, I'm saying, are covered by the Bible, by the blood of Jesus.
Yes. Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
All of us need to be saved. And we should try to help and save everyone. It doesn't matter who they are or what the personality are or if they are special or whatever it is. We're supposed to reach out and help somebody.
Yes.
And I never really understood. Somebody said the other day, she's not going to do nothing. And that's right. About a lot of things, I'm not going to do anything because I believe in turning the other cheek, but I know I'm in time to turn.
Yeah.
But we have too much people reacting, and not thinking. You have a mind for a reason.
Yes.
And you're supposed to use it. And I tell kids sometimes, I say, see these hands? They on your body. That means you're not supposed to touch nobody else without permission.
Yes.
Yes. You can't go around just unwanted touch because all of us have this area around us, which is personal. You get too close to me, I get uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's why people ask permission to do certain things. You just get uncomfortable, and we have to respect each other's spaces.
That's true.
Yeah.
So true.
But in the same breath, we have to draw one another in. We have to give that emotional hug to everybody. Whether it's on the phone, they can see in my other job, I have to talk on the phone a lot. People can tell a whole lot about you and how you feeling on that phone. You better smile when you're talking to them. They know if you're upset or whatever by your tone of your voice.
Right. And the tone, just the tone can help. A smile.
A smile might help somebody. Just that smile you give may help somebody today. So everybody thinking, well, I have nothing to offer. We all have something to offer, like you said. We have the prayer. We have to reach out our hand to someone. With the smile. We don't have to be mean.
And just to be mean, I'm serious. I see some of that so much. I mean, I was talking to a lady the other day, and I was getting somebody left their bank receipt things. This is the second or third time when I drive up to the ATM, they've left their receipt in the thing, and they have cameras and all that with the ATMs. I always pull it out, just put it down, and when I finish doing my transactions, I'll drive around to the drive-through window and say, hey, somebody left this in. Well, the other day, you all, I said, God, you sent me because you know I'm going to do the right thing. When I drove up to the ATM, it had on the screen, do you need more time? So that means somebody has driven off. All I had to do was just punch and get the money out.
That's right.
And I promise you, I sit there and I said, do you need more time? Lord, and the lady or whoever it was in front of me had gone, and she had pulled out so fast, and I blew the horn, but do you have more time? So, Lord, you let me find that because I'm going to press no, and then it's going to go on and end. But I'm saying, it just kind of hit me right there because I'm going like, Lord, this is the second or third time I've driven up to a thing with the receipt hanging out. But right here, now I'm not going to mess with anyone's money, but somebody else would have. But he knew, that I would do the right thing.
I want you to think about that.
Wait,
Do
we're
you
gonna
need
take
more time?
We're gonna. That's what it said. You know, we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back with Miss Pearlie Williams. And we're gonna pick up with that. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we're going to get right back with, you said you like that, do you need more time, even though it was that. But you know God let me come there, and because I could have easily gotten that lady's money out of the bank.
That's right.
But God knew I was just going to say no, you know, and then it printed me a receipt. I did my transactions, and I went right around to the bank when it said, I told the whole situation, and the lady said, well, it's good it was you, and I said, yes, I guess so. But you were saying the question, do
That was a trial. Do you need more time? You had to make a decision. If I'm going to take this person's money or if I'm going to do the right thing. And God was asking you, do you need more time? That's what I thought about. Do you need more time?
And we're saying to you all, time is short. If you cannot see it, my sisters, my brothers, young, old, do you see what's happening around you? We're here to try to encourage you if you're not saved. I'm going to get her to talk to you if you're not saved. I'm talking to those who are saved. Are you praying? Are you praying more than you're on the soap operas? Are you praying more? And I'm talking about in your own spare time. Are you praying more than you're on the telephone? If it was ever a time that we need to pray, this is it, you guys. This is it. I mean, you have to know this is it. This is the time. You know, she's going to talk to you that are not saved. But this is the time. You know, this is the time that you need to do just that. We can help by praying. Think about in the Bible how many things went on with just prayer. Just prayer. They marched around the wall, you know.
And prayed.
I mean, you think, who was that? Daniel in the lion's den could be in there if he wasn't.
He had priests prayed up. Put them in the
And
fire.
believe. We are supposed to believe like that, saved Christians, people. But we're going to talk to those who don't know Christ. How bad you need that our Savior Jesus. Tell them, because see, I say it all the time, there's going to come a time in your life where you cannot call anybody. Sometimes you may not even know you're in the world, but I'm telling you, you're still going to be, he's going to be talking to you. You know how I know? My grandmother had a stroke. And I remember going up to that hospital with her. And when I came to see her one of the times after the stroke, and she was kind of slurring in her speech, and I said, what's wrong, my dear? She said, God's mad with me. Now, the people didn't even know she could do this. She was slurring her speech. I said, my dear, and my sister Carolyn, who's always with me, I said, God is mad with you? She said, he's mad with me. I never heard her say anything like that, but she's very sick. But I'm telling you that because she was talking to Jesus. She was talking to God. He was talking to her. The next day, I said, well, I'm going to let you talk to God. She said, okay. The next day I came back, and she was in better spirits. I said, my dear, is God still mad with you? She said, he's not mad with me anymore. I said, you're okay now? Yeah, we're okay now. See, I'm just telling you, this is real, you all. I'm talking to the Christian people. You talk to those who are not saved. You want that connection with him.
Well, see, I'm thinking about we are social creature. And that's why Facebook and Twitter and all of that is so popular now. We don't even use sentences anymore. We just throw out a word. You know, we tweet and we doing this, we do it. We don't have sentences. We don't have a language anymore. I understand that we are all social animals, that we all need somebody. But we got to be careful who we need and who we around, because those people affect us, or if they're in something and we with them, we are part of that. And that's what this happening to our young people. You in a car with somebody, they do something wrong. Let's say that you're passing by a school bus and they throw out a ball and hit somebody with the school bus. You in that car, you are included in that mess. So you have to pick the people that you choose.
That is so true.
And then you have to be in control of your emotions. People say things. How are you going to react to what they're saying?
Yeah.
You know, what is your reaction? Then you have to be careful what you write. Whatever you write, that's permanent. Sometimes you can get away with what you say, but even though that's recorded these days.
Yes.
But what you write, that's permanent.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to write. I'm slow with writing things because I learned that when I was in the ninth grade about writing things, documentary evidence. That was PIP from Great Expectations. That's where I got it from. Documentary evidence that can always be used against you. When the police get you in, they say, be careful what you say, or you don't have to say anything because it will be held against you. And what you sign, it will be held against you, and it will be presented in court. And so I'm saying to our young people, especially to our young men,
Look right there and tell them in that camera.
our young men, if you are stopped by a policeman, see, a lot of you don't understand authority. They are people too. Do what they say. Don't delay. Don't mouth off. Just do what they say. Get through this experience and go to the next thing. That's all I'm asking you to do.
And
It's
don't
that
be
simple.
influenced by the because they are the authority.
See, and that's coming from school too. There's a lack of respect for authority in school. So you say, well, I don't have to respect, and this is a building. Well, if I don't have to respect the preacher, I don't have to respect the teacher, I don't have to respect the policeman. You can't do that. Now, I'm going to tell you something I did so you'll understand that I'm not an angel either. We on the church step. We were growing up, we were teenagers, and the policeman passed by. And we said, hey, Johnny Law, hey, Johnny Law. He backed up and came back. And we knew we were in trouble.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. Don't do things you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that none of us are perfect. I shouldn't have done that. Don't you do that.
Right.
Especially today.
Yes. And it's okay, you all. I know, I don't know if I've aired Elon yet, but we know that there are influences out there among you. But and I'm coming from the biblical point. And you heard me say about my grandmother with the stroke, and she told me God was mad with her. I said that to say, whether you believe it or not, your life, once you are gone because of gunshots or whatever, it's not over. Some of you thinking, I've heard people older and younger who don't believe say, well, when I die, I'm just dead. No, hear me. I'm telling you what I've witnessed with my grandmother. When I interview my sister Carolyn again, she'll tell you when I've mentioned before 3 times, the doctors told her she was near death. Carolyn told me one of those times, and I'm going to let her tell you her story, but she said, Deborah, I was ready to come back because it seemed like I was going the wrong way. You know, meaning she was out of it. She's with all of these machines on life support. But she still knew what was going on with her and told us when she came back. If you've been watching the program a while, you've heard people tell that they went to heaven. This is real. It's not over when you die. And that's why some of us grieve so when we see and hear of our young people hurting each other, killing each other, because your life is short. And the first thing I say, Lord, I pray they were saved. I pray they were saved, because it's not over. And when we come back, we only have a few. And I'm going to tell you, and maybe some of you can tell, that's the story of Lazarus. My play mom is over here. Is that the story of Lazarus where he told the people, my brother don't need to come here? Was that Lazarus? His sister. They don't need to come here? You know, hell is real. You don't want to go to hell, I'm going to tell you. I think, is it time for us to, okay, Perlene, they don't want to go to hell, do they?
No. It's bad enough here.
And they say it's an eternal fire. It's an eternal fire, you all. That's what God has me working with right now. That's why the programs you've been seeing are like this, eternal fire. We're going to come right back and we tell you about God and Jesus, but we're going to tell you about hell too. It is real. We'll be right back. Thank you, Perlene. I'm Deborah with Has God Heard From You Today? I'm spreading the focus of seeking God more, talking to God more, and listening.
God didn't stop performing miracles.
Come on.
The biblical days is still here. People stop believing.
So join us right here, Sundays, 3:30 p.m. We're encouraging others with our testimonies. If you have a testimony and you're not ashamed to tell it, call me. Has God heard from you today? Welcome back, and we're here with my friend Perlene Williams. We've been friends since the 80s. And you all, you want a friend like that. We don't talk all the time, but we talk when we need to talk.
That's right.
You know, we can just be thinking about each other, and we'll call and talk. You know, you all, we're here to tell you the change begins in you. You have to make that decision. We know it's hard out here. I have grandkids. I pray, and that, oh Lord, I just cover them in prayer. Are you praying for others? Prayer is your weapon. That's your weapon. You can do something when you get. How much time are you spending in prayer for God's creation? Praying for our government, praying for our police, praying for the people. You don't have to know people to pray for them.
You can pass by them and pray for them. I got to tell this.
Tell it, come on.
I was on the highway on my way back to Shreveport. My car stopped right coming off of an exit. I won't say what exit.
Mm-hmm.
Then a man came right after me. I didn't know this man, but I got to feeling a strange feeling. He was taking parts off and switching them with mine and all. I got behind my car and I prayed. I said, Lord, please send a policeman down here. I said, I got to get away from here. This policeman came from, I think it's F Troop, because they right across the street. He said, I don't know why I came over here, but I was going to go around the other way, but I came over here. Something made me come this way. I said, man, I'm so glad to ride in the back of this car.
Because you prayed, didn't you?
You're not paying for your taxes for nothing. Riding in the back of that car is not always bad. That's one of the best rides I have. We need the policemen, the judges, all of those people. We have to pray for everybody to do their job and do right. We have to do our part and do what's right.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, were you the one saying somebody walked in your mom's house to rob her? We just talking, keeping it real with everything. You have some people out there, and we only have a few minutes, that do not want to be right. They don't want to do right. Tell them real quickly how somebody just walked in your
my
mom.
mother had just walked in a house, and a man had come in there to rob her, and she didn't even know it. He passed right by her.
In her house?
In her house.
Just walked in her house?
Just walked in the house and walked out.
Lord have mercy.
And walked
But God
out.
kept her.
But God kept her.
See,
That's prayer.
you're going to have to, you all, you have to pray. You have to pray. I'm saying, turn the TV off sometimes. Talk to God. You all, we only have a few minutes. Turn the TV off sometime and talk to God, our Father. Talk to Jesus. That's what we are here today to tell you. Again, there's going to come a time. Young people, it's not the end when you die. It's not the end when you die. Hear me well, it's not the end. Your life is very important. Some people don't care about dying, but you're going to care when it's judgment time. It's not the end. And that's what we want to tell them, Pearline. It's not over.
It's not over.
It's not over. And that's my phone. And you know, hey, we keep it real on this station. The phone is going off. Sorry. It's not.
It's not the end. There is another life, and you have to prepare for it. We have to pay for the things that we do. Just like
word.
you have to pay when you go in the store, you have to pay for the life and the life you live.
Yes.
There's a pay. There's a price for everything. Nothing is free. If somebody tells you something free, you being fooled. You better find out what's the bottom line.
You all, thank you, Pearline. You all, this is what I want you to do. And I'm talking to the saved believers. You know how much prayer time you do. You know how much prayer time it's not just Sundays. You know. I want you to know God, it's 53 and 2 of Psalms. God looked down upon the children of men to see if any did understand, if any did seek him. We need to pray, you all. Yes, faith without work is dead. They're doing their job. I'm talking to you when you're at home. How much time are you spending praying for this? I'm talking to the saved believers, and I'm going to keep saying that. I'm talking to those who are in church every Sunday. But what are you doing Monday through Saturday? Pray, you all. We have to go. Pearline, has been such a joy, such a pleasure. She will be back. If you're not spending time with God, you're too busy. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Awesome, God.
We're not here to tell you that going through is easy. We're here to tell you that if you believe in God and you have accepted Jesus as your personal Savior, then you have His word, you have His promise that He will never leave you nor forsake you. Has God heard from you today?
If you would like to share your testimony or advertise your business or an upcoming event on this program, please call 318-222-2954. Also, visit our website at www.hasgodheardfromyoutoday.org.